How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. All right, so I've been doing YouTube for like 2 years now, and ever since I've been doing it, I have learned so much. Maybe I don't understand everything, but it's definitely has been an eye opener. Just experiencing all that I have watched. But so today we're gonna be doing a video. It's a TikTok compilation, and it is called "What Something Europe Has Changed in Your Mind as an American." So we're gonna be checking that out. Um, I will put the link in the description of the video in case you want to check that out or check the channel out itself. Let's do it.
Americans who've been to or traveled to Europe, what's something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
Okay, I could do 100 of these, but I'm going to start with politics. See, in America, what we think we have is this: a nice equal system where the extreme left and the extreme right are basically the same distance apart. But in reality, if you're going to be on the extreme right, which you basically have to be if you're going to be in the Republican Party, basically anybody to the left of you looks like a communist by comparison. Now, I would say this is the European model. Now, these people over here, your Trumps, your QAnons, to them, this person who's to the right of even the most staunch anti-government European probably looks like a socialist by comparison. And the problem that brings for somebody who's actually on the left is that there's no way to compromise with somebody who's this far away from you on the spectrum without some of your beliefs or actions falling somewhere in the far right wing. What that means in a practical sense is when these people say it's okay for cops to kill black people in the street, is how we end up with a president whose extreme left view is to shoot them in the leg and not the heart.
Whew, that was really deep. Yeah, I don't know what it is with like the left and right and how it is like extreme left or extreme right. There's no in between. Um, and it's a little bit different now because right now we have three people running for president, and one of them is actually like they keep getting asked, "Are you left or right?" And he's like, "Well, this is what I believe in. So if that's left, then okay. If that's right, then okay." And he just kept doing that. So he's not saying he's a left or right. He's just this is what he believes in, and that's what I feel like that's how it should be. And it's not been like that for ever since I can remember.
Well, I live here, so it might be a bit biased. But not having a very solid life plan at the age of 18, kind of staying single until you're in your 30s and not having kids until you're in your 30s and, not feeling like a functional adult until you're, well, within your mid 30s is okay. It's fine. Also, the medical care here is so cheap and accessible that it allows people like me at 40 to just go play American football.
I love that. In fact,
Okay. It's fine.
is it okay? Is it fine? And uh not for me or like my family, I guess. I'm in my late 30s and I feel like I'm just now starting to get my life together, and I am just a big piece of shit cuz I don't have my life together, and I'm just a lot worse than that. My family's I'll explain that in another video sometime, but yeah, that is just it is okay, and as long as you're content and happy, then that's how it should be. Like it's like if I'm not working my butt off and hating life, I'm not doing the right thing, pretty much.
Also, the medical care here is so cheap and accessible that it allows people like me at 40 to just go play American football.
I was living in France for 7 months, so I would say it changed my lifestyle a lot. Firstly, I can't even wear Crocs outside anymore.
Can't what?
A lot. Firstly, I can't even wear Crocs outside anymore. Or any really like athletic clothing to any place other than the gym. I'm not doing it. I'm also not in a rush to do anything, to go anywhere, to finish my food. I'm not in a rush to do anything. I love eating in now. Like, I don't want to eat in the car. I don't want to eat in a drive-through. I just want to sit and eat. Lastly, I would say diet and exercise. I find myself parking further away so that I can walk because I watch so much in France, and then I'm also not eating the same things I used to eat because they didn't have Pop-Tarts. They didn't have all this sugar that we eat in the US all over the place. And if they did, it was rated an F, so you don't even want to eat that.
Yeah.
Hey, I was born and raised in America. I came to the UK when I was 21. I broke my ankle not long after I got here and had a full operation, full physiotherapy for months, was looked after by doctors for months. Do you know how much it cost me? Nothing. It cost me nothing. I had my daughter here. I had full prenatal care. I tried to have a home birth, and I had a few teams of midwives and a doctor in attendance at my home.
Wow.
It turned into an emergency. I was taken to hospital and ended up having her in the hospital. And you know how much it cost me? Nothing.
See, that is crazy. Like, say you have to call 911 and the ambulance come and they have to take you to the hospital. That is a bill that is not covered. And maybe some insurances it does. I'm not sure, but that does. A lot of people will take themselves and risk the danger just to not have to pay that huge bill. Then your credit goes down, and then you can't. It's just a snowball effect.
Yes, I do pay national insurance, but it's like, I don't know, £10 a month or something. I don't know, maybe it's more. I'm not sure what I pay, but it's not very much. And my healthcare is free.
Hi, I'm an American living in Germany, and my wake-up call was realizing that the fact that I'm mortified of calling 911 in the US is not normal. In the US, you don't call 911 unless it is a near-death experience, because that's just expensive. You either take some Advil, chug some water, and sleep it off, or if that doesn't work, someone can rush you to the urgent care. But we still don't call 911.
Yeah, go to the urgent care, and then you will sit there for like 5 hours. They got to make sure you sit there. That way, it shows you've been there for 5 hours, and they get paid. It literally is a joke. It really is.
And that's not normal.
There has to be a deeper reason behind why America and Japan are the only countries in the world that wash their eggs. And if I know anything about how America likes to cut corners, save a dollar at the expense of the people, I don't feel like I will like the answer once I get it.
I don't get the whole egg thing, and I didn't know nobody put them in fridges until recently when I started doing this channel, which is crazy because yeah, they do wash them and they don't last as long, and yeah, that's it. I don't know. That's crazy.
So I've had the luxury of being in Sweden for about like 4 months now, and the first thing I noticed when I got here was the quality of the food. The quality of the food is so much better than what it is back home in the US. Even the fucking McDonald's, like, you can tell the food is real, like it's real chicken, it's real beef, it's real fucking food. And compared to back home, nah. Like,
I could totally agree. And just recently, I don't know why it has gotten a lot weirder. I work in a restaurant, and it's just like when I cook chicken, sometimes it will feel like a completely different meat that I'm cooking. It doesn't even feel like chicken. Like the feel isn't right, the texture, everything. And it's not just chicken. It's like a lot of, not so much fish have I noticed it, but like all the other meats I have noticed it. The texture is it's very different.
we have a lot more options of like fast food and all that type shit back home, but the quality of the food is just so much better here. It's fresh, it's real, and back home, hell no. Like, I would never eat Burger King back home, but here in Sweden, it just tastes so fucking good for some reason.
And that's why you guys live longer too. They're killing
Also,
us.
the safeness. Like, I have not felt unsafe, not once, while I've been here in Gothenburg. So, yeah.
Hey, about that, I did do a video on Gothenburg, so I will link it up here for you guys to watch next.
This is going to sound strange, but the milk in America really creeps me out. I'm not American, I'm British, but I live in America. And back home, our milk goes off within a few days of opening it. And it stinks, like it's got lumps in it, you can tell that it's off. But the milk in America legit lasts for like weeks. And that really creeps me out. I don't know if I'm going crazy.
How cheap it is to travel. This is applicable for the rest of the world, not just Europe.
I think I have milk in the fridge right now that has the expiration date of July 21st. So, like, the milk and bread, I did not, until I started this video, did not know that that was a normal thing. Like, our bread will last a long time. Like, a long time. And milk lasts a long time too here.
But accommodations and public transportation is so cheap in Europe. And traveling is a lifestyle. It's so different in the United States. Like if you want to travel cheap in the US, you got to hitchhike, got to be a dirty kid, you got to train hop. People still do that in Europe, but you don't have to. You can stay at hostels for $10 a night. You can get a train ticket to a different country for $20. You can ride the subway across the city for $1. And it'll take 15 minutes. Now, of course, this depends on what city you are in Europe, but you're also encouraged to travel there. Unlike the United States where everything revolves around working.
It really does, and driving. Like right now, our car, Charlie's getting ready to fix it, but we've been down a car for a while, and we've just pretty much been stranded here, and we do kind of have to rely on other people, and if you don't have those people, you're just screwed. Luckily, they do have like stuff like DoorDash and things like that, but they have huge charges every single time. You pay like a $4 or $5 delivery fee, on top of like other things too. It gets crazy.
Very simple. Public transport. You can't tell me in the majority of U.S. cities that people openly take public transport and are confident, feel safe, feel like it can get them anywhere. Public transport, 100%. Like, I don't know what I would do without public transport in the UK. Even if I got a car, the idea that you can jump on a train to get from one side to the next side of the city, the idea that even from a standpoint of like trains and transportation in general is just much better in European countries. Like, if you disagree, bit.
That they overfeed us and our portion control is outrageous, and the food quality that we have in America, it's trash.
Would you also accept the submission of the culture shock a European gets when we come to the States? Mind you, when they told me that we were gonna go live in the States, I was stoked. Because for me, the US was Six Flags, Universal Studios, Disneyland, In-N-Out Burger. But over time, I started falling in a sort of uncanny valley. There was the food. The cheese was just a block of plastic. Have you ever seen what mozzarella is supposed to look like? And I slowly started realizing that everything tasted chemically. So you have ginormous vegetables, but they taste like nothing. I realized that the difference in volume is just made up of water. Now I realize why so many of you, in order to spice your food, you have to put powdered garlic and powdered onion instead of the real thing. It's because it's dehydrated. You need less volume to get the same punch. But go get thee some garlic in the Mediterranean. It will knock you off your feet. It is pungent. You just use the fresh thing. You don't need the powdered version. And I know what I'm on about because I have been to Gilroy, your capital of garlic. Honestly, meh. Sorry, but yeah. Then there's sugar everywhere, even in the bread. And for a nation that is so obsessed with sugar, how do you consistently get your candy so wrong? I'm sorry, but I'm not letting you off the hook until we talk about corn candy. What the fuck is that?
Corn candy.
Does anyone
the candy corn
actually eat that?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Candy corn is really good.
Why is it so popular? Have you ever had a nice like French gelée? Oh my god. Have you ever had candied violet petals? I'm salivating already. I've already covered how weird your chocolate
Hey, if anybody wants to send me those, go right ahead.
tastes. Everything was just consistently in this kind of uncanny valley. Like, the house is made of drywall. Where's the stone? Where's the cement? Where's the brick? I mean, I was a kid, but after a while, my mother asked me, how are you liking living in the States? And apparently I said, it's creepy because it's like Disneyland, but without the fun. And everything looks like the thing, but isn't the thing. I mean, I could.
See, that's what we say about North Korea. I've been told literally my whole life about every other country and how what's wrong with every country. Like, America was just, in everybody's eyes, great, and then not so much.
Could go on, but you brought food as an example, and I just thought I'd respond in kind. You know, I know it's difficult to leave the States, but if you get a chance, come back. welcome you with open arms. But I'm gonna leave on a positive note for you. There are a few things that nobody can do like the US. These are not gonna be like gotchas. Number one, peanut butter, amazing, and it's a you thing.
Yes.
Number two, but this is my main thing, New York cheesecake. Nobody in Europe does it like you. They do this weird no-bake cheesecake. Not the same thing. Cherry pie, anything Cajun spiced, all amazing. Your Napa Valley white wines are okay also. Not amazing, but okay. Red velvet cake, insanely good. Pancakes and French toast. Your breakfast laps, but I could only eat it if I was really hungover. Do you want more culture shock examples?
Hey, our food is really good when you're hungover, by the way.
Let me know.
I went to Europe in 2018 when I graduated college, and I went by myself on a tour group. I was there for about a month, but because I knew I was gonna be traveling so much, I had only packed a carry-on. And I was so excited. By the time I got to Europe, I realized I didn't pack my hairbrush. And at the time, my hair was much longer, and I was wearing a wash and go for this trip. So anyway, while I was traveling, I met friends, and I told them hey, I need to find a hairbrush. They were like, oh, we'll just go to the supermarket. And I was like, no, I need a different brush. It's not the same. I know it when I find it. When I tell you I spent the entire month searching for a hairbrush for black hair, my hair looked crazy. Nobody knew because it was. And it made me realize that even though I complain about America all the time, I still have access to hair products that are made for me. Braids next time.
Yeah. It depends from city to city, town to town, what kind of stuff they sell. There's a lot of black people in the towns, and they supply that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree. I don't see that kind of stuff around where I am, and I don't know.
Americans who've been to or traveled to Europe, what's something Europe has changed?
I believe all of that. I do. You guys let me know what you think about this video down in the comments. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.